Hello guys, welcome to Photographics Academy. Alright, so today I'm going to be taking you through how we're able to achieve this, converting this low-res studio image to this hyper-realistic composition. And we have something amazing coming for you this period. All the backgrounds we'll be using in the series are going to be running in the subsequent videos that will be stuffs like this. All of them will be given out to you. A lot of it for free, a lot of it for free. So all you need to do is to make sure that you on your notification bell. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so these are some of the backgrounds. Let me just quickly run you through. Yeah, look at it. Some of the hyper-realistic backgrounds will be given out to you this period. Look at them. It's going to elevate your studio job, trust me. So make sure you on your notification bell to get notified every single time we drop a new video like this. Beautiful. Okay, so and one of the things we'll be bringing to you this period is how you can match a lot of your studio images to even look so realistic when you put them on this background. That is the series we want to be running for you for subsequent videos. Okay, so without wasting your time, let's get straight into work. So I'm going to be cropping this image like this. Let's crop it. Beautiful. Let's just out a little. Nice. Okay, so crop this one as well. I'm going to fill this up. So all you need to do to get access to those backgrounds, like I said in the beginning, is to make sure you watch the video till the end to get the password. Okay, so I'm going to use my brush and just fill here up. Fill it up. You don't need to match things here because of course we are getting it off, because I want to keep it clean and organized. Yeah, so we'll not have a lot to worry about when we start doing selections and all of that for sure. I think that was too much. And a bit closer. Try as much as possible not to lose the edge of any part of your image. It's very important. I think I'm going to stop here. Let's stop here. So the next thing we want to do is to just quickly do a retouch for our image. I'm going to just quickly fix one or two blemishes like that. Guys, pick one. Yeah, here as well. Okay, so I'll use my custom. I'll keep my high pass at 2, keep my Gaussian blur at 2, and we'll get started. Well, okay, good. All right, so I know you're wondering what I'm doing. I'm actually setting up my mixer brush. So the setting I normally use for my low-res images, especially when I'm working on low-res images, is that I make sure that my wet is at 10 and every other thing is 20, 20, 20. But my wet at 10, very important, so you don't overdo stuffs on your image. So we'll start painting. Okay, so guys, we are done with the frequency separation like you can see. Excuse me, let me get it. Okay, so this is before, this is after, this is before, this is after. Let me go back and show you what I'm saying. All right, so this is before, this is after. So quickly, I'm going to be using our automation done for you retouch action. I'm going to be running it on the image, and you will see the magic that is going to bring to this picture. Of course, if it's too much, you reduce it. So quickly go to your done for you if you have it. If you want to find out how you can get access to this, just go to the description of the video below, and you are going to see every single information you need about it. But for now, let's use it. Okay, so I'm just going to click and wait. So this particular Gaussian blur is the part where you have to determine the level of detail you want to retain in your image at the end of the day. It just works like frequency separation. So I'm just going to place it somewhere around 2 so that it takes up the same number of Gaussian blur we used for the frequency separation. I'll wait for it. Bam, okay, so I don't look at that. Isn't that amazing? Look at that, look at that. Okay, so have before, after, before, after. So I'm noticing that it's spilling even into my background and all of that, which I do not want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just separate the image from the background quickly and use it just on my objects like that. So I'm going to use select subject and get a selection of the image. Hopefully that will do. Yeah, this is good. So I was scared that I was going to select some part of the chairs, but did a pretty good job. And all I need is just my orange, because that's where the mask I use is. So that works. So I'm going to create a mask for it. Use the mask and replace the done for you layer. And now we'll have it just on our image like that. So the next thing you might want to do is to reduce the opacity, because I'm seeing that it's too much for my picture. So I'm just going to drop it down so around 67, 65. Let's do 65. Like that. So we are good. We are good. So we are cool with the retouching. Let's get straight into our manipulation. All right. Am I seeing that in my shoes? I think I like it the way it is though. Nice. Okay. All right. So I'm going to flatten this whole layers up so that we'll get to work. Okay. So the next thing we'll be doing is to select our object. Very important. Select your object. Now I'm going to include the what do they call it, the chair, into our selection. So I'm just going to pick up my quick selection tool and just include the chair like this. Nice. Okay, so this is a quick one. Beautiful. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to make sure that my selection is perfect. Very important. So I'm going to just pick up my lasso to go around the image. So look at the ear. I'm losing a bit of the ear. So I'm going to restore it like that. Do the same thing for the clothes. Do the same thing for the dress. Like that. Excellent. So like I said, make sure you go through your image to make sure your selection is right. Yeah, you can use any selection tool that appeals to you. But just for the purposes of this video, remember that the series we want to run is a series that will allow you to retouch your images, your regular studio images, your daily regular editing and all of that. So this series is going to run you through how you can be able to do that without even knowing all the high-end results, all the high-end tools and all of that. So we would have just used pen tool and it would have done the job perfectly well. But we clearly understand that a lot of photographers do not even know how to use pen tool. I would advise you go learn that. So that's why I'm showing you this improvisational means that you can do that. Wow, my English is work. All right, so just go through your image, make sure you have a very good selection. Remove the ones that are not supposed to be there, and we are good to go. Just a quick one. With my chair. Check the edges of your can to make sure you have a good selection there. Beautiful. Okay, let's do a long one here. So go around. Okay. All right, come down here. Do the same. For the dress area, do the same thing. We'll do the same thing for the dress area. Over here, hide this. Okay, so I think we're good with that. All right. Take care of that area. Then we'll check for the arm. I think the selection over there is nice. Okay, so over here, we'll only modify the selection like this. Okay. Noticing a little bit of the area here as well. Okay, so I think we're good with our selection. The next thing I'm going to do, so this is where, remember I told you from the beginning of the video, I have a bonus tip for you. This is the bonus tip. Now, why do people advise I use pen tool? Because pen tool is the best selection tool that you can use to select hard-edged objects so that when you are changing your background, it gives it that hard edge and it gives it that, it takes away the fringes that you see at the edge of your image when you are changing background if you use any other selection tool. So how can we achieve that same result using lasso tool? See what you can do. So you can right click, convert your selection to a work path, which is the same thing that pen tool does for you. So now it's having the same pen tool selection. Then you go to your pen tool, pick up your pen tool, right click on your image, and you now make a selection. Make a selection. So I'll keep my feather at 1, press OK. So now we've turned our normal selection into a pen tool selection. You are going to see what is going to happen. So I'm going to create a mask for it. Yeah, press Ctrl I to invert. So we'll have our image perfectly cut out. Let me put a background, a solid color background behind it so you will see what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we'll have it like this. Now look at the edges of our selection. It's looking so much like what a pen tool does. I don't want to retrace it back. I would have just shown you the result of this without applying that pen tool method, but maybe we'll do that in our next video. But you now get what I'm trying to say. So we'll have this. So the reason I added this solid color is just to make sure that we have a very clean cutout, and our cutout is very nice. So I'm going to obviously delete this one. I'll delete that, duplicate the layer, and hide this one. Let's keep this. We are going to come back to this later. Let's keep this here. So just find our background layer, background folder. Okay, here. This is our background. So this is a particular one we want to be using for this image. Let's find it. Where is it? All right, so I think, is that it? Yeah, this is it over here. So I'll just drag it over our image, place it like this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Press OK. Now we have our background properly positioned on our canvas. You can equally decide to zoom it in a little more depending on what you want to do. But I think I like it just like this so that it doesn't look too small for us. Yeah, beautiful. I like this composition like that. Nice. Press OK. So make sure that your object layer is above the background so you can be able to scale things in and out. So the next thing I want you to do, convert your object layer to a smart object. Convert it to a smart object. Very important. See why I said you should convert it. Let's squinch this in like this. Press OK. So now, if you do not have your subject layer or whatever it is converted to a smart object, when you try to scale up again, you lose details in your image. Look at that. See the way it has lost quality. You lose quality in your image. So let's do it again using our object as a smart object. So you understand what I'm talking about. So convert to a smart object. Then take this in like this. Press OK. And scale it out again. So when you scale out, it's going to maintain the pixel. Look at it. no single loss in quality. Why? Because we converted to a smart object. So make sure that whenever you are doing your composition, that your object is converted to a smart object. Now, quickly, let's find where our anchor point is going to be. So I think I'm going to position his. So if he's sitting in this background in real life, where is his neck going to be positioned? I think it's somewhere around here, somewhere around here. There is a way to determine that. I don't have time to go through all of that, but we're going to get it right. Trust me. All right, so somewhere around here, place your anchor points there like that. Then hold your alternate key and scale the object in till you get him on that platform or podium, whatever. Okay, so I think here we are there. Press OK. So position him in the middle like that. Yeah, I think I want him here. Press OK. So we'll zoom in to look at what we have. Now look at the way he's positioned. He's already looking so realistic in the whole stuff. If you can decide to make him maybe a bit bigger so it doesn't look too small in your frame, but this is what it should be. Press OK. Now, the reason I had to scale in and not just drag him up and down from here is because I needed to push him into the background, not just make him big. I needed to push him into the background. That's why you have him in the center. Let me go back and show you. Let me go back quickly and show you. So if I didn't push him into the background, this is, okay, wait. I wouldn't want to do that over again. Let me just bring him out from there. Let me just bring him out here like that. So if I didn't want to push him in, if I didn't hold my alternate, this is what we are going to be having at the end of the day. It's going to be looking like this. See the way it's positioned? Is not looking realistic on that particular place, and his leg is not even touching the background. You are going to do a lot of work to make this look real, but when you scale in, you automatically get this type of result I will have here. So where is it? Did the moving? Yeah, here. You get the same result I will have here. His leg is looking as if it's resting on the ledger. This one is clearly touching it. So all we need to do right now is do our brightness matching, do our shadow matching, our color matching, and we're good to go. The image is done. The image is done. Okay, so I think I need to scale him up a little bit, just a little bit bigger. Like that. Press OK. So now, first thing we're going to be doing is to match the brightness. To do that, I'm going to convert this whole stuff into a black and white adjustment layer like that, so that we'll be able to look at the brightness level without having the interference of colors. Yeah. So go to your main object layer. You can just create the curves over there immediately. You don't need to create a new one so it doesn't get too complicated. So I think I need to make him a bit brighter. Like that. Darker. Just targeting some areas here and there. Yeah. I think I like what I'm seeing already. Now you can hide your black and white adjustment layer. Now the brightness is matching. Look at the curves without the curves, with the curves, without the curves, with the curves, without the curves, with the curves. Just a little tweaking to match the brightness level, and we are good to go. So you can decide to match the color. You can decide to do that later. But I think the color is already looking quite amazing with the background, the oranges of the floor, with the skin, the color of his clothes. So we don't do a lot of work trying to match the color. The next thing we want to look at is to restore his original shadow. So let's look at this. Let's find where the original shadow is. So I'm going to hide everything, hide our mask. So this is the original shadow of this image. The original shadow of this image, even before we started anything. Look at the way the shadows are. Look at where it is on the floor. Look at his leg. So we are going to restore these original shadows back to this image. We're going to delete this. We do not need this again. So I'm going to restore it back to this image. Looking at this image, I'm noticing that the light of the background is falling from left to right. Then the one on my image is falling from left to right. But I need this highlight area to be here so that it will look quite real. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly flip the background. Flip horizontally like this. Now we just shifted it and it's now looking like this is where the light source is coming from. Very, very important, because we're going to be using that in crafting our shadow. Now, after doing that, now this is when we'll use this. Remember I said you should keep it safe. You should not do anything with it. So we'll drag it way to the way in between them here. Yeah, place it over here. Make it small as well. Just make it, assume the size of your compositing image like that. As much as possible, make it match. Yeah. Okay, I think we can use this. We can use this. Now, what I want you to do is that you are going to put this to a multiply layer, multiply adjustment layer, then invert the selection, Control I, and bam, it restores all our original shadow and extras. It restores all our original shadow and extra. So to quickly fix that, take up your brush, and start painting away the extras, and we are good to go. Just like that. See the way the shadows are already looking very realistic. The image is already looking like it's there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So quickly, without even doing all the manual shadow matching work, we were able to restore the original shadows in the image, and that gave us all we needed. Okay, so this is the image without the shadows. Look at how flat it's looking. But the moment we restored the original shadows, everything started looking so realistic. So we've already placed our objects on the whole stuff. It's already looking like he's sitting on it. So all we need to do is just a little adjustment, do a global color grading, and we are good to go. So I noticed one thing, all these areas are dark except here. So I'm going to manually paint, take an empty layer. I'm painting a dark brush into that area, yeah, like that, so that we'll have it looking like every other place, just like that. Yeah, like that. So it's very necessary you do this. This is already too much. I just needed one stroke to get it done. Yeah, just needed one stroke. Maybe a dab here and we are good. A dab here and we are good. Check around to make sure that you are having the same level of luminosity on all the surface, the platform here. So one thing I noticed I need to do more is I need to create a very realistic shadow for the object he's sitting on. So I'm going to create one more empty brush, make it a bit thicker, then brush it over like this, just like that, to make sure that we have a contact with the floor. Just take your time and make sure you do this one that I'm doing. It makes sure that you have a contact with the floor, like that. Beautiful, nice. Okay, so I'm seeing one more extra that we needed to take care of. So come on, clean this off. Excuse me, clean this off. It's not necessary. Yeah. So look at the contacts before, after. It's giving it that very contact effect. Where is this? Before, after, before, after. You can equally try to do the same thing for the shoes. So we'll have a very beautiful, realistic contact on all of them, like that. Nice. So just like this, slightly. Same thing over here. So I'm seeing a little extra here as well. So clean here up. Take care of that extra showing off from there. Right. Okay. So we do not have any of the extras on our body. But do we have here? Okay. Take care of that as well. Go around to make sure that you have all your image properly cleaned up. All right, so let's go back to what we are doing with the brush. Okay, so we needed to create a very dark contact shadow with the floor over here. Excuse me, that was too much. Yeah, beautiful. Just like that, because he's touching that floor. So there should be a very strong contact with the floor over there. And one more time here, drop this. Beautiful. So to make everything look realistic, I'm going to blur out this particular shadow that was just painted in manually. Just blur it out slightly. Nice, press OK. So we are good to go. Look at the image. Look at it. Look at all the shadows. Let me group all the shadows together so you can see what the shadow is doing for the image. can see what the shadow is doing for the image. Just group all of them together, Ctrl G. Excuse me, let's be sure. Yeah, Ctrl G. So we could just name it shadow. Let's just call it shadow. So this is where we are doing our shadow work. Press OK. So this is before, this is after, this is before, this is after, before, after, before, after. You can as well decide to think it's becoming too dark for me over here. So let me just reduce the shadows in that particular area. Just slightly. Yeah, like that. Okay, so have before, after, maybe paint here out a little bit more. We'll have before, after. This is too much. Okay, so we'll have our image properly looking real and realistic on this particular place. So I think I need to scale him up a little. Should we do that? Let's group this together and see what that looks like. See what that looks like over here, just slightly, to make him stand out and a bit bolder. Like that. Press OK. We are good to go. Alright, so we'll just do one more global color grading. So I think my image is dark, so I'm going to brighten up the image generally. Brighten up the image generally by what? Press OK. So looking at the whole overall image, we are seeing a lot of cool tones. So to make everything look beautiful, I'm going to apply a cooling photo filter over it. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at what? So that the whole thing can match with each other and give us that color that we need. You can equally decide to color grade his skin if you feel he's not popping up enough. But I think he's okay the way he is. If you want to color grade the skin, you can go into the layers and do the color grading yourself and get it done. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so I think this front area is too bright for my liking. I'm going to darken that area down a little so it doesn't take away attention from our main image. Yeah, like that. So I'm just going to paint over here. Like this. So this is before, this is after. We are good and we are done with our image. Whatever you want to do, you can now take it off from here. One more thing I forgot to take care of is my stool. So I'm noticing that the stool is quite rough. So I'm just going to quickly go grab my quick selection tool and make that stool become pure white. Yeah, pure white. So we just want to make it become pure white so that it doesn't look unprofessional. Just a big one. Just a one. Like that. Okay, so we are good. Make sure the selection is perfect, so it doesn't spoil your work for you. All right, so I'm going to just grab my black and white and quickly convert that to black and white and just increase the brightness, maybe darken the shadow. Just move your sliders around to see exactly the one that works perfectly for the image. Yeah, like that. You can zoom in to make sure that it's not spilling on your skin. So I'm noticing it's spilling on my skin over here. So I'm going to pick up my brush, and just fix the mask, just like that. But this is not entirely important because you may not even notice it. So I'm noticing it because I zoomed it so closely. Yeah. So the reason I will advise you use black and white is so that it still maintains your original shadows. I would have just done solid color, but if you do solid color, it's going to flatten everything out to be white. So this is without black and white, this is black and white. So the whole thing is looking so beautiful. You can even decide to use a little bit of blue, something like that, or cyan around that area, just to make things look nice. You can color it, yeah, or soft light, whatever. So just to make it have the reflection of the original general luminosity of the whole image. Yeah, just to make it have that same original luminosity, you can just do that and you're good to go. So I'm going to create an empty layer over this and create a stamp visible layer. Over there. You can now delete everything you have down here, because I don't think we'll be needing them, just to have things working like that. Beautiful. So Just going to save this out because we're already working with a lot of space over here. Sorry, we're already working with a lot of space over here, so we need to make sure that Photoshop doesn't crash and we lose everything we've done. So I'm going to save this done work, then take you to the next level that I want to take you to. Just a little vignetting inside my camera raw and probably saturation a little and correct and do a global color grading. Then we are good to go. So we'll head straight into camera raw filter. I wouldn't want to duplicate that because we're not going to be doing much, so there won't be need for using opacity. So I'm definitely going to be adding just a slight vignette effect, get the whole attention to the center, and probably go to my calibration, raise my saturation of my blues a little, just to kick in some saturation colors into there. I probably pull it down a little to bring it together with that ambience lighting in the whole scene. Reduce my highlights a little. Yeah, beautiful, nice. Because I notice it's too punchy, so just bring it down a little vibrance, and we're good to go. So you can decide to even do a global color grading. It's already looking so fine. I just go to your color lookup, see if there's anything you can find that's beautiful. I think I love this. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so this is okay. We'll just drop down the opacity or the fill slightly. Yeah, nice. Just a little kick here and there, and we are good to go. Beautiful. All right, so thank you for watching this amazing video. Do remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please on your notification bell to get notified every single time we drop a new video. We're going to be doing a series for some time and going to be based on this kind of transformational retouching and deconstruction and all of that. So you will not want to miss any single content that will be coming your way this period. So do make sure you on your notification button to get notified every single time we drop a new video. If there's any effect you want to learn how to bring into your image in Photoshop, do go to the comment section and just write it there. We'll do everything we can to attend to that for you. Thank you once again for watching this amazing video. See you on the next one.